Onions are one of the most widely consumed vegetables in the world, forming the backbone of millions of cuisines and dishes from soups and stews to salads and stir-fries. Onions add flavor, texture, and depth to meals, but have you ever wondered how millions of tons of onions are grown, harvested, processed, and distributed every year? The journey of an onion from farm to table is a complex and fascinating process that involves meticulous planning, advanced technology, and the hard work of millions of farms. Farmers and factory workers. In this video we'll explore how farmers and factories handle millions of tons of onions, reveal the incredible scale and accuracy of this global industry. The onion, a global staple crop. Onions. Allium cepa is a member of the allium family, which also includes garlic, leeks, and chives. They are believed to have originated in Central Asia and has been cultivated for over 5,000 years. Today, onions are grown on every continent except Antarctica, with China, India, and the United States being the largest. Onion producers are a versatile crop that can be grown in a variety of climates and soil types. They're typically classified into three main categories based on color: yellow, red, and white. Each type has its own uniqueness, flavor profile, and culinary uses. Yellow onions are the most common and are known for their strong pungent flavor. Red onions are milder and sweeter, often used raw in salads and sandwiches. White onions are the mildest and are popular in Mexican and Latin American cuisines. Onion on the front from seed to harvest. The process of growing onions begins long before the seeds are planted. Farmers must carefully choose the right variety of onions for their climate and soil conditions, as well as their planting and harvesting schedules to maximize yield and quality soil preparation. Onions thrive in well-drained, fertile soil with a pH level between 6 and 7. Before planting, farmers prepare the soil by plowing and tilling it to create a fine, crumbly texture. They may also add organic matter such as compost or manure to improve soil fertility. Planting onions can be grown from seeds, set small bulbs, or transplants. The method of planting depends on the variety of onions and the growing conditions. In regions with long growing seasons, onions are typical. Planted in the fall and harvested in the spring or summer. In colder climates, onions are planted in the spring and harvested in the late summer or fall. Onion seeds are tiny and must be planted at a shallow depth, usually about 1/4 to 1/2 in deep. They are typically sown in rows with spacing between the rows to allow for proper growth and airflow. Once planted, the seeds are covered with soil and watered. Thoroughly irrigate and fertilization. Onions require consistent moisture throughout their growing cycle, especially during the early stages of growth. Farmers use a variety of irrigation methods, including drip irrigation, sprinklers, and furrow irrigation to ensure that the plants receive enough water. Fertilization is also critical for onion growth. Onions are heavy feeders and require a steady supply of nutrients, particularly nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Potassium. Farmers often apply fertilizer at regular intervals throughout the growing season to promote healthy growth and high yield. Weed and pest control. Weeds can compete with onions for nutrients and water, so farmers must take steps to control them. This can be done through manual weeding, mulching, or the use of herbicides. Pest control is as important as onions are susceptible to a variety of insects and diseases. Common pests include onions, thrips, onion maggots, and aphids, while diseases such as doughy mildew and Fusarium basal rot can also affect onion crops. Harvesting onions are ready to harvest when the tops of the plants begin to yellow and fall over. This usually occurs 100 to 120 days later. Planting depends on the variety and growing conditions. Harvesting is usually done using mechanical harvesters, which undercut the onions and lift them out of the ground. The onions are then left in the field to dry for a few days, a process known as curing. Curing and storage preserve the harvest. Once harvested, onions must be cured and stored properly to ensure their longevity and quality. Curing is the process of drying the outer layers of the onion, which helps to seal in moisture and prevent rot. This is typically done by spreading the onions out in a well-ventilated area such as a barn or greenhouse for several weeks. After curing, the onions are sorted and graded based on size, color, and quality. They are then stored in large warehouses or silos where they can be kept for several months. Proper storage conditions are critical to prevent spoilage. Onions should be stored in a cool, dry place with good airflow and low humidity. Onion processing from farm to factory. While many onions are sold fresh, a significant portion are processed into products such as frozen onion, onions powder, and onion flakes. This processing takes place in SPE. Thank you for watching the video. If you find it interesting, please subscribe to the channel and share. Comment below. See you in the next video.